Hi everyone, and welcome to your virtual barre class. We're going to go ahead and get started. As normal, I'm Alex, and welcome to barre. We're going to start out with our feet nice and wide, toes slightly pointed outward, raise those arms all the way up, and we're going to come into our plie squat just to start getting us warmed up. Now whenever you plie squat, as always, you want to focus on a few things. You're keeping your chest back, shoulders back, not dropping that chest towards the ground. Your knees are going out in the direction that your toes are pointing, and you can still wiggle your toes. Try to keep that bottom kind of tucked in, not where it feels unnatural, but we don't want to stick your butt out way to the back of the room. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring those feet on in, just about shoulder width, and I want you to just squat down, raise those arms up, and come on up. So squat and up. Once you get the groove, I want you to add a knee drive. Nice job. Hopefully you guys are having a great day so far. It's going to get better once we get into the thick of things. Give me 3, 2, and 1. This is going to really challenge your brain because I'm not there for you to really watch, but you're doing over the fence, under the fence. So step super high over with both legs, and then get super low, drop that chest to the ground, and go under the fence. So over the fence, under the fence. Just one direction, and really focus on getting those legs as high up as you can. Open up those hips. And then drop it as low as possible. Kind of the opposite of what I was doing earlier with my plie squats. Really dropping the chest down. Last one to this side. Now you're going to step on over to the other side. So leading with the other leg, step over the fence, and then go under the fence. So over, and under. So you're keeping that up. I don't know why, but this one's always a tricky one for people's brains. You just got to imagine that fence. Just a couple more here. Last one. And let's do some big arm circles. So one arm, going around. And back. And other arm. And back. And then to finish it out, just bring those legs slightly wider than shoulder width apart. We're going to twist side to side. Let your body be loose, like you're tumbling in a washing machine. Shifting that weight, raising that other heel. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Just kind of shake it out. And you're going to go ahead and grab your weights. Now that you have your weights, or water bottles will work too, we're going to go ahead and get started with our arms. So you're going to start out bringing those feet hip distance apart, so right under your hips, knees slightly bent, tailbone slightly tucked under, belly button drawn in. Palms are facing down, hands by your side. You're going to bring those arms straight out into a T, down, and then right in front of you. So a lateral raise, a front raise. Shouldn't be too terribly difficult right here at the beginning. But what I want you to focus on while you're here is control. So thinking raising, lowering, raising, lowering. A lot of times we focus on the raising and then just kind of drop. Even if it's not that dramatic, you kind of just let them fall. When you really think about lowering. Keeping those knees bent at all times. Just to really help us with that idea of control, I want you to give me 3, 2, 1. Flip those palms out. This is kind of a weird motion, but you're going to start from the bottom, kind of go a quarter of the way, halfway, 3/4, top. So quarter, halfway, 3/4, down. So just kind of stopping, almost thinking like a clock ticking, but not at all how clocks work. Really thinking about that control, because now you're going up with control and coming down with control. And next time you get to the bottom, you're going to flip those palms face down. Same thing. You're going to go quarter, half, 3/4 up. And then slowly back down the other way. And if it's kind of weird for you at the top, you don't have to go fully up. You know, some people have a hard time with the shoulder mobility there, and that's okay. You can just kind of go to that 3/4 and then put it back down, if that's what's working for you today. So hopefully you're starting to feel those arms warm up a bit. And really thinking about control. Last one on the way down. Now turn those palms back out. You're going to take them out into a T, kind of resituate yourself. Out into that T, palms facing up, right at shoulder height. You're going to squeeze back, bring it out, lift up, tap together. So squeeze, out, lift, down. Squeeze, out, lift, down. Really focusing on squeezing those shoulder blades. So as I squeeze, I'm pulling those elbows back behind my back, pulling my shoulder blades towards one another. Keeping those knees bent the whole time. If you need a rest, take a rest. Just a couple more here. Give me 3, 2, and pull them back. I want you to do little pulses here, pulsing those elbows back, squeezing them together, squeezing those shoulder blades. So in an inch, out an inch. Really think about squeezing through those shoulder blades, trying to make them touch behind you. Nice job. Taking deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Keeping that core engaged. Yeah, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and let those arms drop for just a second. You're going to bring those legs out nice and wide, toes slightly pointed outward. Still slight bend in the knees. Core nice and strong. I want you to bring those arms up, kind of almost in a fighting stance. You're going to bring those palms facing you, and I want you to keep those palms always at shoulder height. So you're just going to take it, punch out, bring it in. Punch out, bring it in. Nice job. Just straight out and in. Great work, guys. Make sure you keep that bend in the knees. Give me 3, 2, keep those arms up. You're going to squat down a bit deeper, and this time I want you to think punching clear across past where that other shoulder should be. So slight twist to the upper body, keeping those hands at least at shoulder height. Nice strong core as you get that slight twist in. And make sure you're not just flinging those arms. We're not actually punching. I want you to think out, draw in, out, draw in. Nice slow movements. Sinking down just a bit deeper. You're almost there. Give me 3, 2, and 1. You're going to keep those legs out nice and wide. You're going to turn side to side. So turn, you're going to lunge down. My back heel is lifted off the ground. I'm lunging down, pushing out with that other hand. So turn, lift up the back heel, press out as you lunge down. So watch me for a second if you need to get the hang of it. Whenever you're lunging, making sure to bend both legs, get your footing before you lunge so you don't fall over. You want to be able to wiggle those front toes in that lunge. Once you get yourself into one side, hold here. Raise that arm up and down. So up and down, we're just holding here for 1 second. Just getting those legs ready for the rest of the day. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Go over to that other side. Press out, hold. Bring that arm up and down. So holding in that lunge. Make sure you're not leaned way over. Body's nice and straight. Wiggle those front toes. You're almost there. Give me 3, 2, and 1, and drop those weights. All right, bring one arm across the chest, pull either above or below the elbow. We're going to be just a touch arm heavy compared to normal, but you know, why not? And switch sides. So pull either above or below the elbow. Make sure your shoulder isn't way up by your ear. Pull it down. And go ahead and release, and you're going to grab your ring. All right, once you have your ring, you're going to kneel on down, and you're going to place your hands inside the squishy parts of the ring. For now, both knees are right under you. You're probably, if you've been here before, you're probably familiar with this little rotation. It's good for you. It's totally not terrible and awful in every single way. Just trust me on that. It's totally not a lie. So, take those hands, palms facing out, hands right at shoulder height, and you're going to do mini pulses out. So you're looking through your ring like a window, about shoulder height. My hands are kind of up by my face almost, so a little bit higher than my shoulders. But the bare minimum, I want shoulder height, not like down here by your belly button. That's not going to cause near the amount of torture that I want you to have. All right, give me 3, 2, 1. You're going to take those arms up, mini pulses out. So directly above you, and my arms are coming slightly out in front. If you have them right by your head, you're going to end up scooching those shoulders up by your ears, which isn't what we want. So I want you to keep a slight bend in the elbows, arms coming slightly out in front. It's going to be rough after the arms that we've had so far. I'm going to warn you now. We're going to make it through. Give me 3, 2, and 1. You're going to stick out. You can drop your arms for like 0.5 seconds. Stick out your left leg. Arms are still slightly out in front of you, raised up high. You're going to lean to the right side and then mini pulses. Now, how do you know if you're doing this right? So you should feel some tightness in your side here, letting you know, okay, I'm keeping myself upright. I'm not limp noodling. You shouldn't be looking at the ground. You should be looking nice and in front of you. And this top tricep right here should be feeling it the most. If this top tricep isn't feeling it any more than it was, you need to lean further over. So keep on trucking. Really keep that side nice and engaged so you don't flop over. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those arms for like 0.5 seconds. This time the right leg is going to come out. And if your knee's starting to hurt, fold up your mat. You got one more move here. Oh, we can do it. So, arms slightly out in front. Right leg is out. I'm leaning to the left side here. Little pulses out. So this is just as much of a core move as it is your arms, because you're really having to squeeze that core to keep yourself stable. If you feel like you're not squeezing that core, you need to lean over further. That's pretty much the go-to. If you feel like it's not hard enough, lean over further. If you feel like it's hard enough, lean over further anyway. You can always get a little bit more, right? What's barre if not for a little bit of extra torture that you didn't think you were going to have? You never come here for it to be easy, right? Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and go ahead and you can rest wherever. We're going to bring one arm behind the head and pull down the back and reach down that spine. If you'd like, you can kind of lean back into the side, get you a little extra stretch. It always seems like we stretch for a really long time, but there is a certain amount of time that you actually have to stretch your muscles in order for them to really get the benefits that they need from that stretch. All right, and switch arms. It's like when you're stretching on your own, I always say, stretch to the point where you're like, okay, I've stretched enough, this feels fine, and then tack on like 15 more seconds, because we rarely do stretches long enough to actually get the rewards for them. Go ahead and release, give your arms a shake. You're going to take your mat, let's take the ball. I got diamond thighs in mine today. I don't know why, but I'm feeling it in my heart. So take your ball and your mat, and then head over to your spots on the bar. You can pause the video if you need to. I'll try to add in, I'll give you my buffer time of walking around and pausing it to get your stuff set up. Hopefully you've had enough time to get your stuff in your spots. So we're going to jump right in with some calf raises. So I want you to start facing the side of the bar, the feet hip distance apart, so right under your hips. Should still be able to fit both fists between your feet. And I want you to really focus on having those feet parallel. Sometimes we try to inch the heels in. I want you to really focus the entire time on keeping them parallel to each other. Core nice and strong, shoulders down and back, holding on with just one hand. Raise up on those toes, heels down, and repeat. So from the side, hopefully you know the drill, but who knows, maybe your first day is virtual me. Making sure those heels come down every single time. Core nice and strong. I'd like you to speed it up just a touch. Doesn't have to be like Mach 90. In 3, 2, 1. Give me a touch more speed. Just a little bit. Don't let those heels inch in. Give me 3, 2. Go up on those toes. That outer hand comes up. Release that inner hand. And hold. So holding here, strong core. Make sure you're breathing. I know breathing makes it harder to balance. So does talking. I never learn. Maybe 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop those heels, shake out the legs. All right, next one, first position, heels in, toes out. Try to zip those thighs together. Same positioning, shoulders down and back. We always want to be focusing, being mindful of our shoulder position. Don't let them hunch over. It's a great time to really work on your posture. Belly button in, raise up on those toes, heels down and together between each one, and repeat. From the side, here, you can see my shoulders are down and back. No weird hunch, like I'm sitting in a computer situation. I always want you to think stand pretty in bar. Now make sure those heels come down between each one. Sometimes people try to like bounce in midair, and that's just going to make your life harder. You can speed it up just a touch in 3, 2, 1. Try to give me just a bit more speed if you can, even if it's just the tiniest a bit. You got it in ya. We're not even going to hold in this position. Just remember, don't be bouncing midair. Let those heels hit the floor every single time. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake them out. All right, last one here. We're going to bring those legs out nice and wide. Take it down into a plie squat. So remember, from the side, my shoulders are down and back, and my bottom isn't sticking way out. It's slightly tucked, not like where it feels weird, but just where I'm staying mostly straight, kind of a neutral spine. Go down into that plie squat. You're just going to lift up one heel, then the other. So staying in the squat, kind of knocking out some more quads, combined with our calves here. I love combined torture. It's so effective. Nice job. Doing great. Make sure you keep looking at yourself. There's a reason we face to the side of the bar. It's so you can check yourself out in the mirror. 1, because you're like, ooh, I look good. And 2nd, so you can make sure that your posture is right. That you're not starting to pull one of these weird gremlin looks. No bar gremlins. Give me 3, 2, raise that right up. Little pulses here. So just raising the right heel, pulse up and down. Like raise 2 inches, lower 2 inches. Maybe like 1.5 inches. Nice job. Give me 3, 2, and place that heel down. Left heel comes up, mini pulses here. You got it. Check that posture. Great work. You're almost there. I got one more fun one. It's mostly for your brain. Give me 3, 2. You're going to keep pulsing. This time, alternate calf raises. So one heel comes up, one heel comes down. Your legs should be starting to feel on fire if they're not already. If they're not, squat lower. You're not squatting low enough. I can't see you to guilt you, but just imagine my spirit floating around. Give me 3, 2, and 1, and come on up. Whew. That was a little bit of a toughie. All right, we're going to bring one leg forward, one leg back. Press that back heel down into that stretch. You can always go down to the lower bar or all the way down to the floor. Suddenly realizing that, man, I really need to paint my toenails tonight for class tomorrow because they are embarrassing. I feel like they stay in a constant state of embarrassing. And switch legs. All right, watch your head come on up. And right off the bat, we're going to do diamond thighs. You just gotta, we're headed right in. And then we've just got pretty much one combination on the bar, and then we're headed straight into core. So you know it's gonna be a doozy, but it's gonna be a good one. All right, in case it's your first time or you have just trauma blocked out the diamond thighs, you're placing one heel on there, the ball of your foot goes on the ground, you're holding on facing the side of the bar, place that other heel on the ball, and then the other ball of your foot on the ground. The heels are facing in towards each other, toes facing out. Heels don't have to touch on the ball, that's going to be physically impossible unless you got really long feet. And then you're going to watch yourself in the mirror. That's super important because I want you to focus on a straight body. So I'm going to turn so you can see me. Shoulders down and back. You hunch or you just lean, you're not going to get that straight body. So shoulders down and back, squatting down, legs come out into a diamond. I'm nice and straight and back up. So down and up. And really press those heels into the ball. It's not going to pop. And if it does, get a new one. If you pop one of these balls, let me know though, because I've never seen it happen. And I don't know if I could believe it without being here to see it, so need photo evidence. So watch yourself in the mirror. Really check out your stance here. You almost want to be able to draw a straight line through your body. I'm not going to be here too terribly long. Could be 5, 4, 3, 2. It's not diamond thighs without the pulse. Take it down, little pulses. If you want to give yourself an extra little struggle, you can always try removing the hands for just like a 3, 2, 1 situation, just to see. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. And that's really, I think, all we're going to use the ball today for the bar. Whew, I don't know if I have this nice part in me. I thought it was a good plan, and I'm suddenly thinking it might not be a good plan, but we're going to do it anyway. So, keeping in the earlier thought of our controlled movements, like we were doing with our arms, we're going to do something similar with our legs. So, hold on to the bar with just one hand, facing the side, heels in, toes pointed outward. That inside leg is going to slightly bend. Outside leg is going to come right in front, toe pointed. Now make sure you're not like shoving that hip forward. You're just bringing the leg in front. That's it. So just here, right in front. From here, you're going to raise that leg up. However, I want you to stop halfway. So you're going to go half, all the way, down half, down all the way. So up one half, up the rest, down one half, down the rest. Given that pause. Now, your range of motion here doesn't really matter. So if your full is down here, that's perfectly fine. I want you to go halfway, up, down halfway, down. In general, your foot at most should maybe be about knee height. Anywhere past that, you're probably using more momentum than you need. Because I can get my foot way up here, but I'm just kind of kicking it. I want to raise. That's why we're stopping halfway. Give me 3, 2, last one, and just kind of give yourself a quick rest. We're going to burn out this leg. It's going to be great. Leg is going to come to the side. So, supporting leg still slightly bent. This leg comes to the side. Now you're not leaning on the bar super hard. You still want to be mostly upright. Use the bar just as like a little baby cushion. So leg comes straight out to the side. Same thing. Halfway up, halfway down. So halfway up, halfway down. Here's more like a clock. So rather than just kind of flailing like we sometimes do, not at my instruction, of course, I would never tell you to flail. But you know, sometimes you get about halfway into the bar and you're like, Holy moly, I need to flail just a little. But here, we're going halfway, halfway. Nice job. Almost there. Me 3, 2, 1, and you get like a 0.2 second pause because I gotta pause the video. All right, now that you've had your 0.5 second rest, last one on this leg. So inside leg slightly bent, grabbing on with that hand. Leg is gonna come out in front. This one's gonna be a burner, but you're gonna be all right. You're gonna lift it up. Now lift it to that like halfway stage. I don't want you all the way lifted. To the front, you're gonna go halfway around, all the way around, halfway, back in front. So halfway to the side, halfway in front. So you're like 45 degrees, 90 degrees each time. I know you might be getting a little leg cramp here. Drop, rest, do a figure 4 stretch if you need, jump back in. Don't just fling around because you're getting tired. I want you to rest, jump back. So halfway out, halfway in. Maybe 3, 2, and 1, and go ahead and rest. And then we're gonna switch and do the other side. And you're probably gonna see me do an outfit change because I'm gonna film the rest of this tomorrow. So give yourself like a 0.5 second break, and then we're gonna switch. Okay, just kidding, no outfit change. I'm gonna do this last move because then I can film the core and stuff at home. So, switch yourself around. I'm gonna be backwards, it's fine. So, inside leg is slightly bent. Outside leg is gonna come straight out. Same thing, raise halfway, raise all the way, down halfway, down completely. So half, up, half, down. And once again, where are your shoulders? How is your core? Supporting legs slightly bent, if you can keep it that way. Usually once we lock it out, we tend to start throwing that other hip into a whack. So keep that leg slightly bent. Plus that's just a little extra torture on this thigh. Nice job. Me 3, 2, and last one. And go ahead and release. Let's do that outside. So we're gonna jump right in. Leg comes to the outside. Raise halfway, raise all the way, down halfway, down the rest of the way. So half up, half down. Just keep thinking it to yourself. Don't let yourself get complacent here. And just be kind of like, okay, I'm getting tired. I'm kind of doing halfway up. No, you're not. Give me halfway up, halfway down. Keep it consistent, keep it controlled. You've got it. We've just got a couple more here. Let's do 3, 2, and last one. Shake it out, you got one more thing. Hopefully I don't fall, because I might fall. So leg comes back out in front. Raise it up just halfway. In front, quarter, out, quarter. So you're stopping halfway, taking it out, bring it in, bring it in. You're almost done. This is your last one here, and then you get a stretch. This is very difficult to do without the bar holding me. Would not recommend. Let's do 3, 2, last one, you got it. Make it your best. And go ahead and relax. Grab a hold of the bar with both hands, place one ankle over the opposite thigh, and sit on back into that figure 4 stretch. That should feel near painful, but like good kind of painful. If you need to, come on up, get back into that stretch. Go ahead and switch sides, so other ankle over other thigh. Sit back. Come on up, and then you guys are going to take your stuff, head back to your spots on the floor, and we've got just a little bit of core, and then we're done for the day. All right, hopefully you all have had time to get your stuff back to your spots on the floor. Or if you're super advanced, you get your stuff all the way back to your spot in your house, and you're just hopeful that your cat will stay out of the way, which I just know in my heart he won't. So we'll see how this goes. But we're going to do a few glute bridges before we move on to our core moves. So go ahead and lower yourself down. Bring those heels in towards your butt, hands on the ground. You're going to raise those hips up off the ground and then roll those shoulders under so that you are raising those hips even higher up. And then you're just going to glute bridge down and up. Normal glute bridge. I put that towel on the floor there in hopes that he would want to imitate and have his own spot. And he actually did lay on it for at least 1 second, so I'm counting as a win. So whenever you go up to the top, I want you to focus on squeezing the glutes, squeezing the abs. There's a lot of squeezing there at the very top. Make sure I don't take too much time here. Set my stopwatch. I normally time our classes based on 1, the clock, and 2, the songs. And since I have neither, we gotta make do. Give me 3, 2, and bring it all the way up to the top. I want you to walk 1 foot out, press that heel to the ground, other foot, and then back in. So you're walking and back. So just walking back and forth. I'm so glad that my cat decided he's going to go get in his litter box and make a ruckus right now. That is just super helpful. So if you hear a bunch of ruckus, I'm so sorry. I don't really want to restart this video. Give me 3, 2, and last one. And then just rest. And let's do one more figure 4 stretch, just because we really did a number on the hips and glutes today. So 1 ankle over the other thigh, reach on up through by pulling those shoulders off the ground, and lower yourself down as you pull that leg in, and then you can press out on that knee just a little bit for an extra stretch if you need it. Shockingly, this is not how my living room is typically set up, as you may imagine. Sir. This is going as well as you'd expect. I may as well film with the toddler around. Alrighty. Oh, sorry, bud. Okay, so just place those feet back where you had them. And we're going to do kind of like a tabletop leg drop down situation. I don't actually know what to call it. Either way, bring your legs up. I don't know why I tried to give it a name. Bring your legs up parallel to the floor, knees right above your hips. And you want to try to glue that back down to the lower, to your mat. Now, if you struggle to do that, you can always bring the legs in more and then tap down but I want you to focus on trying to keep those knees right above your hips. So hands are going to go on the floor, just press them in, and you're just going to tap one foot down and then the other. So one foot after the other. Trying to keep those knees directly above the hips when you bring them back up. And really focus on control here. Nice job. And if you need to amp it up, if this isn't enough for you, then you can always do both legs. I'm going to stick with one leg. One leg if you're using control, focusing on keeping that back glued to the floor should be enough. But maybe you have an advanced core, so then you can do both. Maybe 3, 2, and 1, and go ahead and drop those legs down. Just a couple of moves left for today. Let's see here. Let's keep our legs right where they are, feet flat on the floor, hands by our ears, and then you're going to extend one leg out. Now, a different option, if you need it a little bit easier, is going to be to keep that leg bent, and you're pretty much just going to do the exact opposite of what we just did. So, hopefully you can still hear me. You're going to extend that leg out, take opposite hand. It's going to reach across your body. Try to touch that elbow to your thigh, and then you lower down. So reach up as it lifts up, and come down. Now remember, if you need to keep that knee bent, keep that knee bent. That works too. You on your yoga? He's showing you guys some yoga poses. Nice job. Really focus on trying to reach as far as you can before lowering down. Give me 3, 2, and 1, and we're going to switch legs. So extend that other leg out, raise that arm, elbow to thigh, and then lower back down. Of course, going at your own pace. Focus on exhaling at the part that's difficult. So raising that leg up is probably going to be your hardest part. So make sure you're exhaling on that part. Nice job. Figured you didn't want to hear my shirt rustling around a bunch. So hopefully you can still hear me. Yeah, just a couple more. Give me 3, 2, and 1. And guess what? We have one more move. And I bet you can guess what it is. One more. We got our Pilates roll-ups. So, same thing as always. You're going to raise those arms up, followed by your torso one vertebrae at a time. Sit up nice and tall. Reach forward. And then you're going to focus on slowly coming back down. So remember, if you need a little help getting up, use a little momentum. I'm okay with that, as little as you need. But then I want you to focus on really working that slow descent down. Because that's what's going to help you get to where you're just lifting up with just that core. Nice job. Really slow on that descent. Sometimes it helps people if they press their heels in together. Kind of gives you a point to focus on. Great work. Go ahead and give me 3 more at your own pace. And then lay back down into that long stretch. On your last one, try to lay down as slowly as possible, 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way down to that mat. And at this time, if someone wants to go ahead and turn off the lights, turn on the lamp at the front of the room, we're going to take these last few moments to really focus on ourselves and all that we've accomplished today. So if someone wants to grab the lights, I'll give you just a couple minutes, just a couple of seconds to get yourself situated for our moment of relaxation. Hopefully you've had time to grab your lights. So as you lay here, I want you to grab your ring. My ring is going to be this band, but it works the same. You're going to place your foot inside the ring, non-squishy part, and pull gently towards your face. Now, as we relax here today, I want you to focus on a few things. Mostly your breathing, in through the nose and out through the mouth. But more than focusing on your breathing, I want you to focus on the length of your breathing. Breathing in for 4, maybe 5 counts, and breathing out for 7, 8 counts. You always want to be breathing out longer than you're breathing in. So keep that in mind. Kind of imagine yourself in a nice calm place where you feel happiest. And try to get rid of all your other thoughts that you have going on. You don't need to be worried about what you're having for dinner or anything. I want you to focus on just your breathing. If a thought comes in, I want you to just acknowledge that it's there and then let it go out. Let that leg fall down to your side. Keep that other shoulder on the floor. Bring that leg back to center. Grab with the other hand, let it fall across your body. Keep that opposite shoulder on the ground and look that way. Bring that leg back to center. We're going to switch our legs out. So place that other foot in the ring. Pull towards your face. Oh, excuse me. Deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let that leg fall down to the side. Keep that opposite shoulder on the ground. Bring that leg back to center. Let it fall across your body. Opposite shoulder stays on the floor.